Bada boom! Realist Let's Player in the room. How you doing? This is Yellow Magic, resuming a Let's Play of Dragon Fantasy Remade. Now, an important thing that I need to mention, this is a new version, I repeat, this is a new version of the game. Not so much in that the story or anything has changed, but it's more along the lines of gameplay. I thought what might be a really good idea would be to basically just read out more or less a brief summary of what FIM has changed in this game since the last time I did the Let's Play, because you might remember if you watched the last video, there were quite a few things that needed to be changed in terms of like battles, basically. So, without further ado, here's what's been changed. First of all of the game's weapons have been rebalanced and their stats adjusted. That's one thing. Instead of each weapon having their own damage modifier, because apparently that was the case that each weapon had its own damage modifier, each weapon is now basically just called a physical weapon. So previously each weapon used to have its own attribute, like books or blades had, swords had their own attributes. That is no longer the case. I repeat, that is no longer the case. Also, each weapon type, so now we go back to the different books, different swords, different whatever, do not have different attributes, but they are effective against certain enemies. For example, swords are more effective against animals, daggers against humanoids, scythes against plants, axes against armored, books against magical. So those are basically the main sort of changes, if you like, and if there's anything else that I may have missed and needs repeating or needs revealing to you, the people watching Let's Play, I will go ahead and do that. In the meantime, I'm going to resume with the battle that I felt that I should have won against this, it's called a Mantisan, right? It's called a Mantisan, and it deals a shitload of damage. Sorry for the swearing there, I know I need to cut it out. That is overall what is going on with this battle. It's a thing that deals a lot of damage, and I'm trying to be smart. I'm trying to play it cool. I'm trying to make it so that I can blind the Mantisan so that it deals less damage. That is a lot of damage though. I think anyone would agree that was a heck of a lot of damage. The good news is I can blind. Now let me just have a look. Can blindness actually do much more now to the enemy? Because I do remember pointing this out in the last one of the few Let's Play videos previously, that blinding the enemies didn't actually seem to do that much. So that was a bit of a scary thing. But hopefully now it will have some sort of effect. I can only pray and hope. Pray and hope. And no. That is one way of saying no. Screw you, I'm gonna hit you anyway. Now the thing is, I remember one of the last videos I basically bought a few like buffing spells, and I basically made these characters of mine learn the skills that they were able to learn. The problem that we have right now is that I do not want to waste a single turn buffing myself when I should be just attacking the shit out of the Mantisan. Therefore, I'm going to continue with my onslaught, if you like, and hoping that they will miss one day, which I doubt. I could try though, can I not? It is good to be back. Oh, did you see that? I think it missed. I think it missed. No, miss again. Gotta miss again. Got to miss again. I cannot afford for the next attack to hit your being the hero. And no, I was blinded. Now, when your main damage dealer is blinded, your main physical damage dealer is blinded, that isn't a good thing, is it? Therefore, that's going to have to be fixed. Eye drops. Yes, that cures blind, or as it says here, darkness. Missed again! We are going somewhere. Apart from missing every now and then. Pain. I wonder if I could just basically brave it out this way. I think my next move should be to revive one of my characters, because that would, in theory, give me a better chance of winning. Therefore, Celeste, I think, is going to have to come back to life. Someone missed. I think it was me, which is strange because I'm pretty sure that he was the one that was blinded. However, no matter. Yes. Pain. Actual pain. Do you guys think I'm doing better now? I don't explicitly feel like I'm doing much more damage than I did before, apart from the fact that Sando is basically wrecking it. Unfortunately, no one else is wrecking it, so there's a bit of a conflict there. It's a good thing that Celeste is now alive, because she has more HP than Yora, who was also a healer. So now we have come to a battle of attrition, unless Celeste is attacked again. And she isn't. However, Sando was attacked twice. And that's never good. Ouch. Ooh, did you see that? That was a decent amount of damage. It's gonna come right down to the wire now, isn't it? Oh dear. And I lose. Okay. Apparently I still can't beat a Mattison. I don't really remember, but apparently I just cannot beat it. That's fine, it just might be because of the stage of the game I'm currently in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, first of all, apologies for the slight detour that I'm taking right now, but I do want another healing item. To be more specific, I want another item that will revive one of my crew. And apparently I can't afford it. Oh well. I guess it's an interesting discrepancy. I mean, not discrepancy per se, but there's an interesting difference here between the price of the medical herb and the spotted soul thing here. There is quite a difference, and I'm not 100% sure if it should be that much of a difference. I think that is overall something that's up for debate. And I can't really come back and say any more about this point without explicitly remembering item costs from all the, just other games, which would be awfully nerdy of me. Not necessarily bad, but awfully nerdy of me, if I remember that kind of information. I also do not have a fantastic memory, so there's that. Okay, so this is the castle where I had to rescue certain people from Cuvier syndrome. Cuvier syndrome being the name I have given to the disease in which residents of this kingdom have been turned to stone, if I remember correctly. Okay, this is going to be a good test of how much things have really changed since my last battle. I mean, since the last time I played this game. Very good. That, my friend, that is exactly what I want to see. Now, if you might remember from one of the previous videos, this exact same enemy encounter would have taken me about 5 minutes to beat, and it would have lowered each and every one of my party members down to like 1 HP. But look at how quickly I beat it now. Definitely an improvement in balance. Well done. Well done. Now I'm just worried that maybe we are now getting to a point where it's a bit too much on the easy side. Which would be an interesting change of circumstances now, wouldn't it? But we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna need quite a bit more testing, or playing around really, to see if things change that much. What's this, by the way? It looks very transparent. I think there's a ghost. Anyway, as always, I would welcome any sort of comments that you, the watcher of this Let's Play, is watcher a word, can I use in that context? You, the viewer of this Let's Play, I would really appreciate any sort of comments you have about my videos. Today, for example, do I say enough? Because I try to make an explicit effort into saying as much as I can while playing my Let's Play, because I don't want you, the viewer of this, to just get bored and watch someone else play a game. It's never fun, is it? Unless the other guy is either offering like constructive critique, or I guess making like funny voices or whatever. I mean, that's how my PewDiePie? Oh no, it was just called PewDiePie. That's how he got famous, wasn't it? All he did was play games, make funny sounds, boom, he hits the mainstream, and he is probably the most famous Let's Player on the planet. Which is something that I don't feel great about, but if that's what the majority wants, that's what the majority gets, you know? I mean, I'm not going to change. Personally, I tried to come from the Anthony Fantano school of thought. For those of you who don't know who Anthony Fantano is, he is a guy who reviews music on his YouTube channel, Donito Drop. And what Anthony Fantano does, I think is really cool, is that, yes, he basically just does sit there and talk about music, often doing some weird kind of effects or something, or getting his little alter ego Cal Chester to show up. He does a bit of funny stuff every now and then, but I think what's really cool about Anthony Fantano is that he offers this kind of constructive critique about every single track in an album, for example. He will just go to town, I mean, just dissect, if you will, dissect each and every track on the album, and just explain the good and the bad points about it. And to be honest, I really admire his style, and it's kind of the style that I want to take myself going forward with these Let's Plays. Therefore, I'm trying to keep it as professional as possible, while, I don't know, inserting a few jokes about random things every now and then. Maybe a few anecdotes, not too many anecdotes. I don't want to belong to the H.C. Bailey School of Let's Plays, no offense to the guy. But yeah, I hope that gives you a better understanding of how I want this Let's Play to look going forward. And if anyone is actually interested in Donito Drop, which, you know, Anthony Fantano's music channel, I'm gonna put a link into this video, because I guess us YouTube guys should support each other, even though he's like many times over more famous than I'm ever going to be. I mean, look at me, I can't even do a simple puzzle right. I have no hope, do I? I swear this has gone just slightly faster since the last time I played, hasn't it? I think it has as well. I think the point is I can't go that way now, or ever. I don't think I could ever go that way. Oh. Dear me, I suck. That's the thing about puzzles. It's very hard to concentrate when you're just ranting about random stuff at the same time. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I am very sorry. Ooh. What was that? Why did I get a game over just then? I would assume that. I know what's happened. I lost HP, didn't I? When I hit that, whatever the heck it was, I lost my HP. So there goes all my progress. Oh well. I mean, this kind of thing happens. At least I know better. You learn from your mistakes, right? That's what life is all about. It's about learning from your mistakes. In any context, be it Let's Plays or like work or relationships or anything. Life is all about learning from your mistakes. I would challenge anyone to tell me otherwise. Yeah, I'm just trying to justify myself being really bad at this game. Sue me. Please don't sue me. I have a decent amount of money now that I'm working now, but I'm not at that level yet, so please don't sue me. By the way, you might notice that I am now basically just pressing attack. The reason for that being, I know it's not the most efficient way of playing this game at the moment, but I just want to test how far I can go by just pressing attack. Currently, I'm doing decently. However, I need to watch out for my HP because Lifa lost her life. Hey. It's all about the points. Okay. Might decide on a different course of action. I can't save scum, can I? Different course of action this time around. I think I'm going to take the left side and see if I can get in. You know, that left kind of building, if you like. Sandow was just wrecking shit this time. Such a talent. Yep, soft potion. I don't remember what a soft potion is. I'm not gonna lie. Nope, does not look like I can go in. That's fine. Nah, you know what? I'm just gonna forget about that little detour for a minute. Take the easy way. Nobody got time for... Hang on, no, this is the place I was at before. Therefore, I want to try the right exit entrance. And hopefully have a bit more luck here. Yeah, this is a slower one. Okay. Because I do not want to lose any more healing items, or at least do not want to lose any more than is absolutely necessary, I'm going to try and take this a bit more seriously, but I'm going to abide by certain things. So, just a little recap. Books deal bonus damage to... It says magical here. That's interesting, because I thought flying was its own type of enemy, so I'm assuming something must have changed, because I'm just looking at the list of changes, and it doesn't mention anything about flying enemies. But, judging from the last battle I had in this same video, the Book of Magic seems to do a decent amount of damage against the Fatty Batty. God, I love saying that. No, and again, I just hit attack for everyone. Things to remember. Number one, yours not doing much damage. Even with the Book of Magics. Painful. Ouch, and that has killed someone. I can't believe I lost 2 people. Hopefully I have enough money now to go back and buy a healing item. But at the very least, I can go back to the inn. Uh-oh. Living life on the edge here. This isn't even that difficult, I'm just being very reckless. Like, super reckless. Could this get any better? No. This better kill. Ah. Good God Almighty. And the worst part is now I just don't have an excuse. I'm basically playing really badly. This is concerning. Ouch. Yeah, I think that has depleted my HP somewhat. But, so I just want to point out that it might be better if that had some sort of damage sound effect associated with it. It'd make my life a lot easier anyway. It's always about telling the player as much as you can for things that would really help them out. Did I pass by the end? Nope. Actually quite tired now. It's been a long day. But it's okay, because I'm here to do a Let's Play. I've just been thinking about the music actually, because I'm pretty sure again it's from somewhere, but I can't recognize where. Or at least I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe I'm just completely wrong and it's a, how do you say, it's an original piece. I wouldn't know. Anyway, it's very RPG-ish, so it's got that going for it. Okay. The good news is, I'm actually making progress now. I do believe. Right, if I can remember what was effective against what, I would be very happy now. One thing I remember. The Bow's Apprentice is evil. Pure evil. So it's going down. Downtown. All yours that we're going to do is heal. And because Lifer has the least HP, about half as much as Celeste and Sandal, she's going to be my main target for healing. That way I shouldn't lose any of my characters so easily. Oops. Uncool, uncool. Very uncool. Attack someone else. Maybe the Madfly. And heal yourself. Hey. Another note, Shock does more damage than Flare, I'm pretty sure. Hey, so the good news is, we're not doing so badly now. It's basically all about getting a sort of flow going, if you think. And now that I've kind of established a few weaknesses here and there, things are probably going to turn in my favor now. And I do think everything's been rebalanced somewhat, so I'm not experiencing the same difficulties I had last the same difficulties I had last time. Whoa. Which is always good. Good. Now, this is interesting. Apparently I'm supposed to break some sort of seal. This looks like a mini-boss, so I'm going to have to take this fairly, how do you say, seriously. A good idea would be debuff it as much as I can. Buff myself as much as I can. I think Life would be a good target. Or Celeste, I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Whatever. Nice. Oh! Did that do something? I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that this guy is going to be able to do shit now. Hopefully. Up. Shock. Go cover. Sandal. Decent amount of damage with Flare. Unfortunately, Sandal isn't doing much damage. I have to go back and see what Sandal currently has equipped. don't think I need to go overboard. I'm just going to conserve MP at this point. Yeah, I pretty much got it bad now, I do believe. Sando just needs to defend. Lifeforge just needs to... I think Shock was working very well. You're... just defend for now. Don't know if I want to re-silence it. For now, no. Shock again. Recover just in case. Yes! Okay. Blindness does do something. If we did it before, maybe it'll just back down to luck. I can confirm that blindness is now actually doing something, which is very, very helpful. Oh, look at that. Simple as. But, in a sense, I feel like I earned that victory, you know? It doesn't feel like the very beginning of the game where I'm just pressing attack and go da-da-da-da. That felt like I had a certain kind of strategy in mind. I executed that strategy, and I got a victory in return. So, coolio. I'm just wondering, that thing I won from the enemy, it was a rusted sight, wasn't it? I can't even remember. I think it was this, yeah. Now, sights, more effective against plants. I don't really think I'm facing any plants. Okay, I mean there's something that I'm now thinking that might be helpful, and I think I mentioned this in one of the previous videos, if you're listening. And you don't necessarily have to be listening because you could be bored to death because you're watching me play. You're watching me play your game. But I think it'd be helpful if you pointed out explicitly what class of enemy each enemy belonged to. So for example, you have, you know, that sights deal more. Okay, that's a bad example because that's very obvious, but daggers deal more damage to humanoids. So if I looked at the Bow's Apprentice, I don't think I could say for certain, I mean maybe I'm just dumb, but I don't think I could say for certain whether it was animal, humanoid, magical, I don't know. I mean maybe that's just me, again, maybe that's just me being dumb, but I think there's slight room for misunderstanding. Oh, balls. So yeah, I don't know if that might be helpful. Just explicitly stating that in maybe the enemy name, like a little symbol or something, because I know you can do the, I think it's called ASCII or Unicode symbols that resemble actual things. Anyway. This should be a cakewalk. Apart from the fact I'm fairly low on HP and didn't bother to recover. Which is not going to work in my favour. Well, that was a very handy side effect of the lighting. That wasn't cool. Ooh, that was very cool. That was too cool. That was too sweet. Oh, what was that? That was scary, but because I blinded him, because I'm so clever like that. I wonder. I mean, it is 3 MP for one of the most useful spells in the game so far. I don't know if that's maybe too economical. Up for debate. And because I'm on the move for another battle. $980 Joe. And nice little armor too. Cool. Yeah, that should be good. I mean, it's not a huge increase, but any increase is a good increase. I think Sando would appreciate a bit more because of the attack boost. Look at that, he's almost 99. Badass. Let me just rock hammer, right? A question for Ephiam. What weapon type is the hammer? Is it the sword? Is it the dagger? Is it the scythe? Is it the axe? Or is it the book? It's probably not the book. Yeah, I can't see anything about... I'm assuming it's going to be an axe. But I don't think I did much damage to the armoured things. For example, the ceiling enemy or whatever that was. I didn't do a huge amount of damage to it. And I believe I'm not going to do a huge amount of damage to gentle bones either. Dark Cloud. I didn't really need it. So... ouch. Or not so ouch, that wasn't that bad. Yep. One thing I can say is that the hammer doesn't seem to do much against ghosts, skeletons. I don't know what you want to call that. Ah, not doing any damage. Okay, problem. Or not problem, because I do have a magic razor right here. I do wonder now if I'm going too slowly in this Let's Play. One thing that I'm definitely going to do in the next video is that, well, because I'm going to end right at this point. One thing I'm going to do in the next video is, okay, I'm going to go and say it. Yeah, one thing I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to resume right around here, just to save a bit more time, because I think I need to be at certain places at certain points in Let's Play, instead of, you know, making a huge trek from say the inn to wherever I need to go. So, half an hour has passed. I haven't done a huge amount, but hopefully I have showed to whoever's watching this Let's Play and is concerned about the balancing in terms of gameplay. Hopefully I've put your minds at ease. Everything's been, how do you say, modified a ton. Battles are much more fluid, they're much more fair, and it's much more rewarding when you think of a decent strategy. I mean, okay, personally I didn't really think of that amazing strategies, but I did put a bit more thought into certain battles, instead of just pressing the attack button, and I do feel like I was rewarded for it. Like, for example, when I blinded that sword seal thing, that felt generally good because I was thinking about what that might do, and I acted against it based on what I thought I might do, and I won that battle fairly easily in the end, so that was quite rewarding. It remains to be seen whether future enemy encounters are going to be as easy. It remains to be seen whether I'm going to be that stupid in terms of just pressing the attack button. Oops. Went on to sleep there apparently. Give me a minute. Yeah, so a lot of stuff remains to be seen. Thanks a lot for everyone watching this Let's Play. As always, I'm going to put a lot of useful links on how to contact me below. Until then, this is Yellow Magic signing off. See you later, guys.